Hello. So as everyone else that came before us, our main goal is to help reduce the rates of suicide. Now, would anyone like to give me some examples of why people may decide to commit suicide? Go on.
Anxiety.
Yeah, that's right. Any other?
Depression.
Yeah, that's right. Anyone else?
Family issues.
True, right?
Loneliness, isolation.
Yeah, that's all part of why people may decide to commit suicide. I would like to start the presentation by introducing myself. I'm Sarah Asim and the project leader of this group. And would you like to introduce yourself?
I'm Sabina, I do the design aspect.
I'm Alia, I'm the vice leader and the project planner.
I'm Yanis, I do the finance, budgeting and also the marketing as well.
I'm Alex, I'm responsible for digital technology, also known as creating the app.
So starting with the actual brief. Actually, before the brief we start, I would like to say that our name was originally known as W, but we changed it to Wellbeing due to the fact that W might require a lot of marketing and advertisement for it to be able to known and easily found on internet. So we decided to change it to Wellbeing because well-being is directly related to what our cause is, to physical health and mental health and everything. So that's one reason why we changed the name to Wellbeing. Now, starting with the brief, it says that we need to create an application or a website that will help us, that will consist of a fitness journal, mood journal, and have informational pages on depression, mental health, physical health, and how to deal with all those sorts of things. For the homepage of the actual website, it will include buttons for editing the profile. So if you want to add any background information about yourself or you want to change the profile picture or something, it will give you the options to do that. Along with that, it will have the option it will be a button for Community Hub, which will consist of other entries that people have made who have decided to keep them public and for others to access easily. Along with that, there will be a option for private journal, which will consist of all your previous entries, private or public, and you can access everything that you've done so far. As well as that, there will be a button for settings where you can change all your personal settings and if you wanted your profile and your entries to be public or private. Moving on to the actual fitness journal itself, it will consist of all your entries, new and previous. It will take in information like the BMI, your health, your BMI, your weight, height, water intake, steps count, and all those sorts of fitness related things. And then it will, if you use this website regularly, it will put it into a chart so you can compare your progress over a period of time, for example, over a few months or a few years or however long you've been using the application. Along with that, for the mood journal, there will be, as soon as you enter the mood journal, it will give you option. It will ask you a question saying are you feeling today. It will give you options good, bad, or just satisfactory. When you click an option, it will take you further on to where you can write details about how you feel. When you do that, the language will be flagged, sensitive language will be flagged. So what that makes it better doing is that you can easily, it's good for all sorts of ages. So because not only do young adults use it, children will be able to use it just as well because of not using any foul language and all those things. Along with that, there will be a button that reads "Need help" for urgent support, which will directly take you to the Samaritans. If you don't want to write in a journal or something, you can go on their website and then call to people who are always 24/7 there for you to talk to via phone, email, or texts. Moving on, as my role for this project, I have made sure that all the people in my team have assigned roles and they know exactly what they're doing. Along with that, I have made sure of all the meetings and given the time and the date and where the meeting's going to be held and what they need to do for the meeting. Along with that, I was responsible for creating this presentation, and as you can see here, I created a storyboard for how my presentation is going to go. It's not exactly, I didn't follow exactly the same thing, but it gave me a rough idea where to start and where to end and how many rough slides I need to make. That's all from me. Alia?
Hi everyone, I'm Alia and I'm the vice leader and project planner. I also made storyboard for the promotional video and actually developing the video. Here's some examples of the minutes that I created, and I'm going to show you the video that I made.
Hi. How are you feeling today? If you're feeling on edge, perform this simple exercise. Breathe in and out. If you feel sad, anxious or on edge, I know the right place for you. Visit the Wellbeing app. It contains a fitness and mood journal to ensure that you're okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So for the video, I made it 30 seconds so that it's not too long, but it gets the point across. And for this video, I was inspired by an advert called from Headspace, which is a meditation app. I'm not sure if you've seen it, but the actor that they had, he had like a calm and relaxing voice. So with that in mind, I implemented that into this video. And it'll be on YouTube, as that's the biggest video streaming site, and hopefully it'll be on the Amazon website, since they'll be our sponsors. And since advertising is really expensive, since they're our sponsors, they'll be able to advertise it at a lower cost. I'll pass you over to Savina.
Hi everyone, I'm Savina, and my role was the design aspect, which included the logo design, the color perception, web design, and the storyboards. Here are rough estimate of the storyboards in paper form. We thought to sketch it out first before actually developing it in software. Here it is developed in software. I also looked at the color perception. We thought to change the colors that were originally yellow and green to pastel colors. As you can see from the bottom, we decided to use that because we thought it was more effective to a younger audience than bold colors. And we changed the logo as well. As you can see from here, that's the potential logos of variations I came up with using the letter W. Originally the logo was looking like that, but we decided overall as a group to change it to the at the top. So we included one of our sponsors, which is Samaritans. That's why the S is in the W. Also, as you can see, if you look closely, there's blocks within the W, and that basically represents a ladder, showing that there is still hope and happiness in life, and with each climb you can make it successfully to a healthy and happy life.
I'll pass you on to Yanis.
Thanks. So, I was in charge of finance, budget, and marketing. I didn't want to bore you guys with all like the numbers, you know, £1,000. Yeah, basically. So I'm going to focus on the marketing a bit. So as you can see, there's like the main three social platforms, and below the images are their MUAs, their values. Stands for monthly active users. Wow, yeah. So by far Facebook has the most monthly active users, then followed by Instagram and YouTube. The reason why I want to highlight YouTube is because I think our younger demographic, mostly uses YouTube compared to Facebook. I feel like that's like, well, personally, and like from others around me, I found that like if I've got nothing to do, I just put on YouTube, watch 3 videos, and that's it. So when it comes to marketing, if we put like the ads and like the video that Elia made onto YouTube as an advert, then it will like actually reach the audience that we want to show it to. Wait. This is a bit marketing like tech, but it's okay. So cost per clicks versus cost per mile. This is basically when you see an ad online, it'll be financed by either by every time you click on the advert or every time the advert shows up. Now you have to choose in marketing which one you'd want to choose. So, sorry, scrap a little bit. Let me start again. Yeah. So, the advantage of cost per clicks is you will know that with this advertising campaign, you're going to get so many clicks. You're not going to pay for every time it comes up. You're going to get paid for who visits your website. You're not going to pay for who visits your website. Whereas costs per mile, or 1,000 impressions, that will just be you pay for the advert being showed on the website. You don't have to click it or anything. It's just how many times you see the advert. So ideally, I was intending to go with cost per mile due to it's okay if the demographic doesn't click on the advert, but as long as they know there's a solution there if they need help. They might not be feeling like depressed or anything like that straight away, but in the future, if they know there's a solution there for them, it will really help.
My name is Alex, and I'm responsible for implementing the actual solution. To implement this, I looked into different platforms or different programming languages that I could use, but at the time being I'm too young and I don't have enough knowledge to code properly. So instead of me creating like a buggy website, I thought that it would be better for me to go with a pre-built platform like WordPress. Can you go on the website, please? Right. When you go to the website, WordPress allowed me to have something like a login, and therefore I could have created users, and for everybody that could create different profiles and different places for everybody to store their data, like databases. I'm just gonna log into the one that I pre-built, and this is the admin. Snap. That should be small. Okay. So when people go to the website first, they get greeted by the website, and they are told that they can navigate by using these bars at the top. I put a button here that redirects them to the Samaritans in case they are feeling really poorly and they need the help right away. If you click that, you get sent straight away to the Samaritans website, and there you can talk to a specialist, not us. Oh, snap. Let me just go back. Alia?
Just stop the
Click the
presentation.
click the send. And then yeah.
Thanks. Why do I always have to input my password 2 times? Here you have the profile, mood journal, and fitness journal that you can use. Here on your profile you should be able to see all of your data that you already put on, either private or public. In the mood journal you will be able to input some entries about how you're feeling today. Maybe you want to give a few details about from the normal and monotonous, yeah I'm fine, yeah I'm not fine. On the fitness journal you can input your water intake, your weight and your height, whether you're going to a gym or not, and we hope to be able to link this to like a health app in the future, like Samsung Health for example. In community you will be able to find some of your friends in case you want to keep track of each other, like ensure that you are healthy and your friend is healthy as well. And in the About Us section you will find information about the creators of the website, us, and we put some contact for the Samaritans at the bottom in case somebody needs to contact them. Also, I would like to thank our partners for supporting us, and I'm quite done.
goals. Do you want to start?
For my self-reflection is I don't usually like working in teams, as I always felt like I wouldn't get along with anyone, and I feel like people like judge my ideas and that they wouldn't actually want to listen to me. But after working in a group of people, with two people like Yanis and Alex who I didn't know, I've actually become friends with them, and it's actually shown that I can actually work with people who I don't know, and it's actually helped me more confident as well.
For me, what I've learned through this project is I've definitely been better at team management, because I don't think I've led a project like this before where I was the leader and I was in charge of everything and making sure everyone's on track and all those sorts of things. So it was definitely challenging in the beginning because I myself wasn't very sure of what I was doing. But as the time went on, my team members supported me into what we were supposed to do. My vice team leader helped me a lot, and we just worked as a team to do all the things that were necessary. Along with that, staying on the topic of team management, I have learned how to get my true opinions across without hurting the other person's feeling, because as a team, I had to tell some people things that they probably wouldn't like hearing, but as a team leader, it was my responsibility to get that across anyway, and to put it into nice words so it doesn't hurt them as much. And yeah, that's
I've learned teamwork and skills, especially working with the opposite gender, because personally I just don't think I tend to mix because I'm more comfortable with my own gender, and unfortunately a team member that was working alongside with me with the design aspect left not long ago, so I've actually learned how to balance out their work, my work, and my coursework all together.
So I first like to thank everyone who made this whole event possible, this whole project possible. So it's taught me so much about cooperation, teamwork, getting a project finished on time. Don't know how it happened. But I want to go through a story that happened at the start of this project. I knew about mental health, but I didn't really I've never experienced any troubles or serious troubles about it until at the start of the project. I met this guy. He seemed really nice, really kind, and these things were going off really well. And then a few weeks went by, and we were really getting on. Then he stopped me and said, "Before things go any further, you've got to know something." And then he says, "I've got 13 scars on my right thigh where I've tried to commit suicide." I've asked him if I can say the story, and he said it's fine. And it shocked me, not because he had the scars, but because he felt like it was a deal breaker, he was kind of ashamed that he had them. And that was when it would hit me that this is a real problem that is in our world. And if it wasn't for the Samaritans, in that first meeting we had, if they didn't explain all of that, I wouldn't have known how to react. I wouldn't have known how to talk about it. I would have felt awkward almost talking about it. But after that meeting, after I knew who Samaritans were and the effects of mental health, it really helped me connect with him more, and then it helps us in the relationship, both of us, to have a stronger relationship. So I'd like to thank Samaritans a lot.
What I've learned is that life doesn't always go as smooth as you plan it to, and sometimes problems do come up. Some members of our team quit their job basically, and some other people have to replace it. Then you fall behind deadlines and you have to adapt. Sometimes you need a place to host your website, so that's why I want to thank my friend Danny for allowing me to host my website on his server. And I would like also to thank everybody for being here and allowing this to become possible. Thank you.
So that was great. No, really good.
Alright, so is there going to be a guest mode for the website to try out before signing up to it?
No, because you would need to create yourself an account to be able to keep track of your BMI and everything. All of these informations need to be stored in a database, not local, but with us, so you can access it from any device, and that's why you need to create a user first.
Anyone else?
You can see the about us and informational page though.
Your future plans. What's your future plans? How do you plan to take further?
We definitely want to integrate this in mobile apps. Like everybody uses mobile apps nowadays more than like browser on a computer, like on a desktop. So it's going to be more accessible for everybody, and that will encourage people to use it more.
Okay. Well done. Well done. Well done.
Thank you.
Ben Jones is